What's up, and welcome back to another episode of the Unchained podcast. I'm Bodie here with co-host Owen. We're ready to talk about some Liège-Bastogne-Liège.
Yeah, I think I'm more ready for the London Marathon, but we gotta
Yeah, we gotta
start with
start
this
here. We gotta start with
start with the
this.
cycling, I guess. It's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah, get it over with.
yeah.
No.
I thought it was a good race.
Yeah, I mean, I admittedly only watched the highlights. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
really,
in terms
you
of
don't need to check in until like 44K out or 40K out, give or take.
kind of the same as most classics.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
a stupidly long race
yeah.
once again. Um, but Tade is in a group with people, and then where's the start list? Because I believe all of a sudden, yeah, the Benoit
Keith Benoit.
Consfroy, no, the teammate of Tade, Benoit Consfroy, I believe is how you say it. I believe it was him, had an unreal lead out ride and just piss pounded it. Got them sort of separated, got them all lined up, and
Lined up,
then
yeah.
Tade shot out like a cannon. And the 19-year-old did, Paul Sexus, that is, did a
Yep.
phenomenal job riding with them for a long time.
No kidding. It was a long time. Yeah. And I wish Paul Sexus wasn't French
Oh, I know.
because I like him.
He is it's
He's
fun to
he's
cheer
fun to
for, but
watch.
you
Yeah.
know, his issue is he was working for Tade at times. At
A little
no
bit.
point
Yeah.
should he have ever gotten in front of Tade.
Yeah.
Even the guys commentating on it were like, and he's doing work for Tade here, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think it's just like a respect sort of thing.
No, there should be no respect.
I don't know. I
You
mean,
gotta be you gotta try
everyone
to
does
win.
that though. But if you're
Remco
gonna,
or Jonas don't.
okay, those are the two
Those
that
are the
probably
two
don't the
other best
least.
riders.
Those are the two that probably no, two of the three that just ride on people's wheel the most. Isaac Del Toro being number one.
I'm just saying that's what like if you want to try and beat Tade, to sit there and work for him is idiotic.
Yeah, no, it is. But at the
Um,
same time, like I'd be pissed if I was Tade doing that.
and you will be because
Yeah.
that's how cycling kind of goes.
Yeah. I don't know if you
Um,
saw, but there was this is not really about Liège-Bastogne-Liège, but relating to Tade. One of
okay,
his teammates in the Paris-Roubaix, I forget who it was. It was like Mikkel Berg or something like that,
okay.
was pretty pissed that the peloton didn't wait for Tade when he got a puncture
Oh yeah,
in Paris-Roubaix. It's like, what do you expect? The whole peloton to stop because one person got a flat tire in
yeah,
Paris-Roubaix?
yeah. You gotta. Yeah, I don't know. So
It's
I
just,
just feel like they
I feel
all
like,
just have such high egos.
yeah, that's just whiny.
They're always going to be upset if something is out of their control.
Right. Yeah. Even the most minute things.
Yeah, but yeah, then we get to like one of the final climbs. Like I think it's like 13K to go, give or take.
Yeah.
Um, and Tade goes and like he was standing still. Paul just
Nothing.
he had nothing left.
Nothing.
Um, I still think he had a great race.
Yeah.
So now the question is, because I was obviously we don't have that much to talk about. Obviously, we'll get into the London Marathon pretty soon here, but I did some research on like Paul and his like what he's planning on riding.
Hmm.
He may not do the Tour de France
Why?
because no, but it makes sense. They're talking about because he's only 19,
Because he's
so
too young.
he's not fully developed, and to go
Yeah.
do this 21 stage race is not smart because you're not going to win.
No, probably not.
His best hope would to take third, and I don't think he could. He doesn't have the team, and he's too young.
Yeah, I mean it does like that's a lot on your body, especially when you're
Yeah,
19.
exactly. And like
Yeah.
if you're his like I'm sure they have agents and stuff, like you know
Yeah,
he's gonna
definitely.
be getting paid here pretty soon. You probably also don't want him writing this.
Yeah, but if you're him and his team, you probably do, be
It'll
my
be, well,
guess.
yeah, unless Decathlon thinks they can keep him because he's still under contract for another 2 years.
He's gonna get bought pretty easily.
We'll see. But
Yeah.
no, it'll be an interesting conversation if that starts to become a storyline, you know.
I don't know. I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't, I think.
I think I would as well, but I'm just saying it is an interesting thing to look at because I don't like they're probably right to do the tour at 19 is probably not good
Yeah.
long term for your career.
No. Yeah, especially if they are gonna try to keep him or if he wants to stay for another two
Yeah.
years. Because he could
So,
definitely do it when he's 21 in that
yeah.
last year of his contract. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so it'll be yeah, even I think they're like saying like even if he waited another year, just like if he did it next year or whatever, but I don't know.
Probably.
It'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah. He's fun.
Yeah,
I
he
like him.
is.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was really interesting on like the comparison between him and Tade, when they're climbing, he is not out of his saddle like nearly as much as Tade is when climbing. He
Which
sits
is,
for like most of the climbs.
that's saying something.
It
Yeah.
is.
But then when Tade broke away, he wasn't out of his saddle. He was still in it.
Yeah, very true. It's just yeah, probably difference in like writing techniques, I guess
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know the
Um,
specifics of like when you go out of the saddle really and when not.
yeah, but I did think that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Um, and then early on in the race, Remco was out in the breakaway.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. That
A
was
little bit.
yeah, it'd
He
be
actually had a pretty good race.
he did. He just
Like
kind
that was
of
not bad.
collapsed at the end, and then he won
Yeah.
that sprint, which it was like
Right.
you knew he was going to.
Yeah. You can't
Um,
lose that if you're him.
yeah, and
So
also just to touch on the women's race, Debbie Vollering
Demi.
crushed it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think she waited till like almost all the climbs were done. She broke away on a flat and she just like time trialed away.
She's having actually a really good year.
She's having a great season to start. So,
Yeah.
and that's my girl,
Shout out
Demi.
Demi.
Shout out Demi. No free
Crushing it.
shout outs. Free shout out for Demi.
Free shout out Demi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm still though back to Remco. I'm still not used to him in a Red Bull jersey. It looks weird every time.
Yeah.
I got to
I
see him in the quick step.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
all white, I think. Like,
Yeah, it throws me every single time.
yeah, it and I like Red Bull typically like their teams like their
Hmm.
jersey sucks.
Yeah, this jersey was not good.
No, it's got too much
It
going
was
on.
not. It does. Yeah.
Like I've actually thought like, and I don't know if they can do it all white because like there's a jersey in the tour that's all white or whatever. But like if they just
Yeah.
did like a clean like all white look, I think that'd be much
It'd
better
be
than what
cool.
they've got going on.
Yeah. There's a lot of bike jerseys that just do too much.
Yeah,
And it's like, let's back off a little bit here. Um,
yeah,
did you see Visma's new jerseys?
yeah. Is that like real?
Which one?
Like I just saw something on Instagram. I thought it was like a fan vote or something like that they're
Well,
talking
yeah,
about.
they had fans vote on it, and it was between basically one of their jerseys they've had the past 5 or 6 years, where it's majority black with like a yellow accent, or this like
Okay.
really cool, almost yellow cream sort of jersey.
Yeah.
And of course, the black one wins. And it's like this is the same as
Oh,
the
the
other
the
ones.
like new one didn't win.
Well, they're both like new, but
Oh, but
I
like
thought
the new concept one.
yes, yeah. I thought the better one lost, which was the like cream jersey.
Okay, I'm gonna see. I want to find it. Yeah.
They're
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. that one. So they just went back with like the black,
Yeah,
like
they
the
went with the
honeycomb.
yeah,
Oh, all right.
which is they've had that one like
Yeah,
four
I kind of like
times.
the cream. I thought that was
Yeah,
cool as a new look.
right, something different from them.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
yeah,
not my
overall,
decision.
yeah, with the race, I thought it was pretty much like exactly what you thought would happen. You knew the
Yeah,
podium.
pretty much.
Um,
Yeah, I think the podium was just a matter of second or third.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, if we want to get like, do we want to stay on the topic of cycling? I was looking at the prep sheet,
I
or
got a
we can go.
couple. I got a kind of a couple bits and bobs.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
Matteo Jorgensen is back riding again after breaking his collarbone about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, of course, right?
What? I saw that video and I didn't know if it was real or not. Granted,
Yeah,
it was on a trainer, but still, like,
the mere fact that he's
yeah,
even
yeah.
it's
It's seriously, that was like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, and it's almost like a good like running joke. Like it's funny.
It is.
Like that
Yeah.
they're just
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I just broke my collarbone. They go to bed for 3 nights. They're like, all right,
And
I
they're
gotta get
fine.
back on the bike. It's like,
Like, there's no way his bone is actually 100%, even in contact with the broken ends. There's
no,
no way.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
like
saw
that's gonna
that and I
hurt,
was like,
right?
ridiculous. I would think so.
Like you've got to
Yeah.
be. I'm
You're
just
putting
trying
at
to think
least
if
like even 20% of your body weight
you
onto
think
the
he's only
handlebars.
standing. Like he can't be leaning on handlebars.
He had his hands on him. I don't know how much like support, but
I'm just like thinking about it. That's gotta hurt.
yeah, right. And then the other big thing is João Almeida is out of the Giro.
Yeah, what's up with him? I
Yeah,
mean, I know
dude.
he's sick, but he's
Yeah.
been. I feel like he's had a very rough start to the year.
Yeah, he really hasn't done much. So it must be like, I don't know what type of sickness would really take you out for that much, but you're still able to at least somewhat ride.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and we'll definitely do a lot more coverage on the Euro
Yeah,
next week, just
right.
because it doesn't start till next week, Friday.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, definitely bizarre that they announced that he's out already with a
right.
sickness,
That's what I
and
thought
I
too.
mean, it's Monday as of today, so like, I don't know, you don't have to race for another, give or
What, 10
take,
10
10
days?
days, 11 days. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Why
kind of
not just
interesting to rule
like,
him out already.
yeah, why not just do nothing for that 10 days and then at least try,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Maybe they're just trying to save them all for the tour, or you
something.
never know. They're up to
Yeah.
something, I'm sure. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. And then oh, who was it? Carapaz might not ride either. Is it
For the
Carapaz or
Giro?
yeah, or was it Ben Healy? It was
I
one
don't
of the
know.
EFGCs. I think it was Carapaz.
Oh,
Um,
okay. He's like
and his
he's questionable.
yeah, he's questionable. And I think his was due
Interesting.
to injury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that kind of takes out two of the bigger riders. That'd be a real
Yeah.
bummer.
That'll be and well, yeah, like I said, we'll do probably more of a deep dive next week, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll look into the start list going into that. But yeah, I'm excited for it. That's actually one of like I really enjoy the Giro.
Giro's cool. Yeah.
Um and last year's was so entertaining
Oh yeah.
with
That was awesome.
the whole it was Del Toro and Carapaz sitting there fighting
Yeah.
each other, and then all of a sudden
Simon Yates.
Yates is like, "All right, I'll take this."
Yeah, don't forget about him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What
And
if
then
he did
he
like a WWE entrance coming out of retirement? It's
comes
like, I'm
back.
back for one race.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be great. But then you have to go and win it, or
Yeah,
at
you
least
would
like
have to win.
compete. Yeah.
No, I don't even know if competing's enough. You'd have to win. If you did like
Yeah.
an Undertaker, like I'm back,
Yeah, you do have to go win it.
you'd have to win.
That would be pretty cool if like he retired, but really just been training for the Giro for the whole last year.
That'd be so. Yeah, I don't know how it works in cycling. Can you just unretire? That'd be pretty epic, honestly.
Why not? I feel like
Yeah, I
he could.
guess.
And what was Visma going to say no to him?
No,
It
these
says,
would
yeah,
please.
yeah,
They need a win.
yeah. No, well, they got Wout. He just won the
Oh, true.
Paleo. That was a big win.
That is a big
Yeah,
win.
but otherwise, yeah, they ain't got much going for him.
No,
All right, should we talk about the greatest, sorry, one of the greatest achievements in all of human history?
it's definitely the greatest in the last while.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger achievement than Indiana football winning the national championship.
Yeah, this is, and yeah, it's unreal. Take it away.
Yeah, so I seriously think you can compare this to the first person to climb Mount Everest, first person on the moon, I'd even say is comparable.
Yeah, if that
This is
happened.
yeah, true. Kind of the sub four marathon or mile, excuse me, sub 4 mile. Um, let's see, what's another huge human achievement? Creation of fire, maybe? Maybe making the
Okay.
wheel? Regardless, I don't think you understand. This was the greatest like race ever. You had
Yeah,
two people go under two
you should
hours in the
explain what we're
marathon.
talking about. What
Right,
happened,
right.
Owen?
Yeah, sorry.
You're getting too ahead of yourself.
I've been thinking a lot about this. Um, okay, so the London Marathon was on Saturday or was Sunday. Either way,
Sunday, I believe.
doesn't matter. Um, and two individuals, to be honest, don't know their names. They're hard to
It's
pronounce.
Swoe, right?
Oh yeah, Sebastian Solway. He was
Sawe.
the winner, and then some guy from Ethiopia got second, and they ran a marathon, so 26.2 miles in under 2 hours. And this has been done before, but
Never during a race, though.
yes, never officially. So it was done before, and it was like this race or that race was designed to go under 2 hours. So the guy who
Yeah, it
ran
wasn't
it
even like
was
a race. It was like a run.
no, it was a time trial pretty
He just
much.
ran 26.2 miles in under,
Yeah.
you
So he
know.
had a group of like five runners alongside of him to break the wind. He had a pace car with him. He had illegal shoes on. So like they just made everything for this guy to run the distance in under 2 hours. But this was an actual race that, 30,000 other people were competing in as well. And you had two people go under 2 hours,
Yeah,
which for context is 433 per mile pace.
it's unreal.
It's sickening. Yeah.
I've thought a lot about this. If you caught our last episode, I gave Owen five awful scenarios that you had to rank. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
at number one,
Yes.
maybe in the world
Yes.
ever, is being the second person ever
Yes.
to break 2 hours, and you took
And
second.
you get second place.
That's the worst.
What do
That's
you,
the worst
what,
thing ever.
yeah, what do you do? Like there's nothing more that guy could have done. He did something no other human has done
Has
except for
ever done
one
up till
person.
that day. Up till that day,
Yes,
no one
up
has
till
ever done
up
it.
till 30 seconds before him, no one had ever
No one
done
had
that
ever
before.
done it.
Oh my God.
No, that has to be probably like I actually feel like I don't typically feel bad for people like athletes and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. No,
That
that
is
sucks.
that is the worst. I
That
feel like I'd
sucks.
rather be like pantsed on national television
Yeah.
than have that happen to me.
Yeah. Now he does have there's a little bit of like, what is it? Silver lining. That guy who got second, that was his first marathon ever, which just makes it more
What?
ridiculous. Yes. That was his first marathon he's ever raced. So,
What are we
like,
doing?
super cool for that guy. But then also it's like okay, you can learn from this, you know what to expect. So he's definitely going to go faster.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I bet
Uh-huh.
he can make up 19 seconds or whatever he lost by.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
Wow. I did
And
not know
then,
that.
so you have on top of that, the first two guys go under 2 hours. Third place also breaks the world record.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Imagine,
Yeah.
yeah, you break the world record. You just happen to be the third guy to do it today.
Right.
Congrats,
Yeah.
pal.
Uh-huh. So shout out London Marathon. Didn't know
Yeah,
it
that
had that big
was,
of a race. Yeah.
it must have been a fast day.
Oh
Think
my God. I mean,
of what
that's
you would have ran out there. I mean,
probably like, yeah, 156-ish.
yeah,
Yeah. So
white boy leading the charge.
no, so that pace is 68 per every 400. So if you want it on track and you
See,
ran
I've
around
thought about that. I
once,
think I could keep up if I like trained like for the rest of the year. I think I could keep up for one lap.
I bet you could do two.
2 laps, that'd be what, 2 minutes and 16 seconds?
Yeah. 216. If you're
Yeah,
really training for
I'd
it,
be like, yeah, but I
yeah,
would be
that's
like, I
your
could lose.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's not a guaranteed win.
Right. Yeah. It's just so fast. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how they do that.
No, it doesn't make sense. And it's just like,
No.
but you think about it, I mean, a marathon's not nearly as long if you're running it like that.
No.
Have you
That's
ever
like
thought about doing
nothing.
something like that? Like if
What,
you just
running a
run a
marathon?
race, if you just run the
Yeah.
race that much
Yeah,
faster, then
yeah.
it's not as long as a race, you know?
You know what? I think about it. Yeah. I try, but it usually doesn't work. Um,
Or do you think it's
but
like that one clip where it's like the Superman or how he can like read super fast? He's like, everything's just going in regular time for me, but it's like
what?
super
Like,
fast to everyone else.
no, it's all relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that clip.
Oh. All right,
No.
well.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm out on that.
you're
But
frozen here. 1 second.
yeah.
All right.
The other thing with this race, it's kind of a sad day for me. I can no longer say I ran against the current world record in the marathon in the same race. So I get to retire that little fun fact.
Maybe he'll run against this guy again though. Or this guy
Yeah, if he
someday.
does Chicago or
Or
some race like
Boston.
that, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, ridiculous. Um,
Yeah.
and
An incredible feat.
yeah, they all were tested multiple times for
Well, that's
doping.
what I have a source that was telling me that this guy's like the biggest like anti-doper there is.
The guy who
The
won it?
Yeah, he's like donated $50,000 to the anti-doping thing and has been tested because he knew he was going to do this. Has been
Yeah.
tested like for the last like 3 months leading up to it.
Yeah, he got tested like 3 times a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
But
rocks.
is he too anti-doping that he's covering something up? Did
Oh,
he
I
go
never
too
thought of it
far to
like
one
that.
end? You know? Isn't it kind of odd he donates 50 grand to anti-doping? That's something that
Oh,
someone who's doping would do.
it could be.
Just
You might be onto
I'm just
something.
just planting a little seed. I'm not saying I believe in that,
All
but
right, we'll see.
some may say. Some may
Yeah,
say. No, I think he's clean,
I do as
which
well.
makes
I
it
hope he is.
yeah, which
We'll
makes
just
it
see if
just more
they can keep him
cool.
alive.
Hopefully.
That's the
Yeah.
toughest part with one of these guys. They win a
Yeah.
race like this and they get murdered.
Kelvin Kiptoon. That
Rest in
sucks.
peace.
Yeah. I think he would be like winning that race. If he was alive and raced against them, I think he would have won.
Here's the
I just like
thing. We'll never know.
we'll never know. Guess we'll never know.
Like, yeah,
Can you?
like my man Ye said, I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know. Yeah.
This might be a short episode. What else can we talk about?
Oh yeah. Tade got fined for wearing his jersey wrong.
Yeah. I was actually gonna look that up before we did that. He
Yeah.
had like a black band over his world championship
Yeah. So he had
stripe.
that. That was for
What
a
was that
former
all
teammate.
about?
Yeah, a former teammate of his just died. Um,
Ah,
yeah, I honestly don't remember the name. But he left UAE maybe like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So that was the purpose of it. But apparently it was for incorrect placement of advertising on the rainbow jersey. I don't know what he actually did to do that, but five
see, I feel
thousand
like that's not
dollars.
on him.
That's what I would think, right?
Yeah, I
Or
don't think
five,
he decides where ads go where.
right. 5,000 Swiss
It's all right.
franc.
He makes $8 million a year. He's the richest
Right.
cyclist there is. So,
Okay, so it's about 6.3 thousand. Yeah, that's
nah.
nothing. He's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ricky Carapaz is questionable for the Giro.
we touched on that. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe just a short
Got
episode
that
this
one.
week.
Yeah, it might be. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, you're our closeout guy. You're the closing pitcher here.
Yeah, well, next week we have
Big week next
Giro.
week.
Yeah,
Definitely
big
tune in.
Giro. Yep. I'm gonna make a tier list of riders.
All right.
My plan. Um, and then I got 2 weeks till my race. 2 weeks till your
Ooh.
announcement.
I have an
Which,
announcement that my announcement is no longer happening.
what happened?
It fell through. I had other things line up with. I planned poorly, and it's on me. And they also never posted the date on when it was happening, so I made other plans for the day prior, and I'm not going to do things the day prior if I was going to do this the next day.
So what were you going to do?
We'll talk about that off the air. This will never be known to the people.
All right, well, we'll keep it in the vault then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, otherwise, stay in touch and keep rolling.
Hell yeah. All right. Like and subscribe. Peace
See
out.
ya.